7 is equal to 21. 2 times 7 is 14. And 3 times 7 is 21. Now, what I have here is 15 plus 14, so I'm going to add that together for you guys to see. I know that 5 plus 4 is 9, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So I get 29 as my numerator, and my denominator is 21. And I have 7 as my whole number. But notice that 29 is larger than 21. So I'm going to break it up. So I'm going to put 21 plus 21 plus what is going to give me 29? 21 plus 8 is going to give me 29. So that means that my remainder is going to be 8 21s. So my final answer is going, and this means that I'm adding 1 to 7 because 21 divided by 21 is equal to 1. So 7 plus 1 is equal to 8. And I have 8 and 8 21s. Now I'm going to say that again to make sure you guys are understanding. So 29 21s. We cannot have a larger number at the top than the bottom. So I can change this into a mixed number. If I change it into a mixed number, I would have my remainder as 8, and I would get a whole 1. So 7 plus 1 is equal to 8. And then I leave this at 821 because that's my remainder left over. So I have 8 and 821. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to turn the page. Okay. We are on page 57. For page 57, we have problem G. We're going to add first our whole numbers together. So right here I have 15 plus, let me make sure I scroll down. So right here I have 15 plus 4. 15 plus 4 is equal to 19. And then I have 1/5 plus 3/8. And over here I know that my common denominator for 8 and for 5 is going to be 40. So that's why I'm going to make sure I multiply my top and bottom number, well, definitely my bottom number to get 40. So 5 times 8 is equal to 40. And on this side, 8 times 5 is equal to 40. So now I'm going to bring 19 down, my whole number, leave it as it is. 8 times 1 is equal to 8. 8 times 5 is equal to 40. 3 times 5 is equal to 15. 8 times 5 is equal to 40. Okay, now I'm going to add these numbers together. 15 plus 8. Okay, make sure you guys are writing that down. So I'm going to bring my whole number right over this 19, just bring it right over. And then I'm going to write 8 plus 15 is equal to 23. And my denominator is going to be 40 if you bring it right over. So my final answer is equal to 19, 23, 40. So 8 plus 15, 23, and 40, my denominator stays the same. 19 comes from right there. Now on the other side, I have 18 and 3/8 plus 2 and 2/5. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my whole numbers together. 18 plus 2 is going to give me 20. And I'm going to make sure I add 3/8 plus 2/5. And remember, 8 and 5, the common denominator is 40. So that's why I'm going to multiply the top and bottom number by 5, and on this side by 8. Now I'm going to bring down that 20. It doesn't change. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 8 is equal to 40. And then I have 2 times 8 is 16. 5 times 8 is 40. Now I have 20 as my whole number. Bring it right over from right here. And then I need to add 15 plus 16. So 15 plus 16. I know that 5 plus 6 is 11. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 31. So 31 is my numerator and 40 is going to be my denominator. So 20 and 31 40ths is going to be my final answer. Now for problem number 2, it says here Angela practiced piano for 2 1/2 hours on Friday and 2 1/3 hours on Saturday, and 3 2/3 hours on Sunday. How much time did Angela practice piano during the weekend? So what they want you to do is they want you to add all of those numbers together. You're adding 2 1/2 plus 2 1/3 plus 3 2/3. So over here, I'm adding it all together. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my whole numbers. 2 plus 2 plus 3. 2 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 7. And then I need to add 1/2 plus 1/3 plus 2/3. Now look here, notice that the my denominators are different. So I need to multiply in order to get the same common denominator. So my common denominator is 6. So I multiply times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So now 3 times 1 is equal to 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. So now I have 7 plus 3, 6, plus 2, 6, plus 4, 6. I know that 3 plus 2 plus 4 is going to give me 9, and my denominator is 6, and I bring that 7 right over. However, notice that my 9 is larger than my 6. So I'm going to make sure that I change that into an improper fraction. So I have 7 and 6, 6 plus 3, 6. So 6, 6 equals to 1. So 7 plus 1 is equal to 8. And then I have 3, 6 left. Notice that I can simplify 3, 6. So I simplified divided by 3 over 3, and that gives me 1/2. So my final answer is 8 1/2. Now I'm going to turn the page to page 58. For page 58, we have a question here that says string A is 3 5/6 meters long. String B is 2 1/4 meters long. What's the total length of those strings? So they want me to add those two strings together. So that's what I'm doing here because they're asking for the total length. That means I'm adding 3 5/6 plus 2 1/4. We know that 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. And we're going to put 5, 6, and 1/4 right here. Now, I need to find the common denominator for 6 and for 4. And when I looked for it, I found 12. So I multiplied 5 times 2, 6 times 2, 1 times 3, and 4 times 3. And then I bring down my 5. So 5 times 2 is equal to 10, 6 times 2 is 12, 1 times 3 is 3, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I have 5, which I bring it right over. 10 plus 3 is equal to 13, and my denominator is going to be 12. So my final answer is 5 13/12. Now, for problem 4, it says here, Matt says that 5 minus 1 1/4 will be more than 4. Since 5 minus 1 is 4, draw a picture to prove that Matt is wrong. So I drew a picture here that shows 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he said that 5 1/4 will be more than 4. But we know whenever you're subtracting 5, you're going to get less, right? Because 5 minus 1, we already know is equal to 4. It's not going to be more than 4. No way, especially if you have 1/4. So I represented 3 3/4 right here, and we have 1 1/4 that was subtracted. So even when I solve, I notice that 5 minus 1 1/4, I'm going to multiply times 4 to get 16/4 minus 1/4, which gives me 15/4, which is the equivalent of 3 3/4. So Matt is wrong because 3 3/4 is less than 4, right? So the picture shows that 3 3/4 is less than 4. And that is all for today. Please let me know if you have any questions and stay for tutoring when you need help. Thank you.